Hi everyone, welcome to DIY Ideas. So today I want to show you how you can actually crochet something that looks almost like it's being knitted. So yeah, if you prefer crocheting to knitting just like I do, then I'm going to show you how you can do this ribbed pattern without having to struggle with knitting. So yeah. It's going to be done super quickly, although it seems really complicated. It's actually really easy to do. So yeah, I'm going to show you what I used for it. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm starting with the Karen Sprinkle Cakes. It's a little bit thicker yarn. It has this lovely color gradient throughout the entire thing. And yeah, we're starting with this yellowish, brownish beige. And then, yeah, I think we're actually starting with another shade in the middle. We're going to see. Yeah, so if you would like this color, it's called Vanilla Bean. Yeah, it's for a 8mm hook or knitting needle if you'd like. Then we have 77% acrylic, 20% wool, and 3% other fiber. So yeah, we have these sprinkles throughout, so that's basically what the other fibers are. So yeah. Apart from that, we have 240 grams or 8.5 ounces, about 186 meters, which is 204 yards. So yeah, as I said, it's for an 8mm hook. I'm going to do it with my 9mm hook to make it a little bit bigger even. So yeah, let's find the middle so that we can get started. So this ball really works well with you. I didn't have to struggle at all to find the middle. So yeah, we're going to start with a slip knot, and of course we're going to chain a couple. There we go. That was a slip knot. So now we're taking the thread onto our fingers. So if you don't know how to do that, it's really simple. You just go around your index finger, and then we're going to do a couple chains. So we're just taking the yarn and pulling it through, and I think we're gonna do about 110 to 120 centimeters of length. So the number doesn't really matter this time, it's the length that you're going for. Okay, so I have the length that I want, and now I'm checking if I have any twists or anything weird going on because we don't want that. So yeah, you should be able to see these V's if you're looking at it from the front. So now what we want to do is, as I said, check for twists, knots, or anything weird going on. And then when we're sure that everything's looking good, we're going to go through the first stitch or the first chain that we did on here. There we go. And we're going to do a slip stitch. That way we connect it. So this way we get this ring shape that we want. Now we're going to do 2 chains for the height. So in order to do that, we're going to do a yarn over, go in, and then we're going to go through all 3 loops on our hook at the same time. And we're going to keep doing this for the entire first round, so it's going to be super simple. So when I get to here, that's when the round is over. Okay, so this is what we have. We already had a color change, so you can see this yellowish beige shade. So we still have treble crochets. We didn't do anything weird there, but you can see the structure kind of forming. So now the next round that we have to do, we're going to first connect the first and last stitch that we have. So since we started with chains, I'm not going to go here in the top section. So usually what we would do if we were to connect or actually do a regular stitch on here, any kind of stitch, we would go into the V. And what I want to do is actually go into the back section of the V, which is basically just one half of it. So you look at the V and then you basically just take the back section of it. So just the behind, not the front. And yeah, I just pulled this through, but I actually need it in a different spot. I just wanted to show you what it looks like. But yeah, what we want to do is just continue with the next half treble. So I'm not making any round changes or anything weird because I want to keep it as subtle as possible. And yeah, this way you actually don't have this weird row where you see that you change rows, or rounds in this case. But yeah, what we want to do is just continue in the same manner. We're still doing half treble crochets, but in the back section. And that way you can very quickly see that you're basically having this V section kind of pop out because we are kind of pushing it to the outside. So you can really simply find the spot, especially if you're using a bigger or a thicker type of yarn like I am. Okay, so you can see here the rib, the first rib forming, and basically what we are going to do is continue with the rounds, with the rounds, and then you're going to see how multiple ribs are forming parallel to each other. So it's going to be really, really pretty. So I'll finish this round and then I'll show you what I have. Okay, you guys, so you can see what I have here now, and this is the entire round that we did. Now what we want to do is basically continue in the same manner. So if you look at it from the back, you're actually going to be able to see the indent. So this is basically the back side of the wave or the rib in the front. And yeah, that's what it should look like as well. So now what we want to do is start the next round right here. So we're again going into the back section. So nothing new from this point on, you already know what to do. And we're again doing half trebles, just like before. And you can see how pretty this looks and how parallel it is, so you don't have to worry about it being weird or anything. It's actually going to cooperate with you pretty nicely. So yeah, what I want to do now is basically continue throughout the entire ball here. So I want to finish all of this. You can see here the lovely colors, and I'm going to show you those in the end, in the finished piece. So yeah, we have quite a bit to go, but it's going to be pretty quick because of the thickness. So yeah, I'm going to show you what I have after a while, and then hopefully you have the same result as I do. Okay, here is a mid-project update. So we have here a couple of ribs done, and you can see how nicely they are working together. So yeah, you can see that I have a huge bit left over to work with. You have the colors here as well, so the sturdy-ish kind of pale pink, then the yellow, the yellowish beige, whatever color that is. But yeah, we're going to continue with that, and I'm going to show you what I have after a while. This is still not the size that I would like it to have, but yeah, I just wanted to show you the ribs and how well they look one next to each other. So it basically looks like it's knitted, although it's not. So yeah. So before you find the courage to start with 2 needles instead of just 1 hook, this is a great project to kind of mimic this same effect. So this is the bottom where we started, and I'm going to do a little bit more and then I'll show you what I have. Okay, so here we have a pretty big scarf already, and you can see all the ribs that we have in all the different colors. So we have here the pinkish at the end, and now all that I have is the yellow at the beginning, or the yellow, the same one, the same shade from the beginning here. So what I don't want to do is repeat these, so this means that I'm going to stop right here. And yeah, I'm also going to stop exactly where I started. So you can kind of notice here on the bottom that we have this extra section, basically where we started the first row. Yeah, and from there on we start with the ribs. So we're going to have the same symmetrical effect on the other side on top, and I'm going to show you. So here you can see the exact same thing as on the bottom. I hope that I can make these fit into the same so that you can see them at the same time. But yeah, you can see here a little bit more room away from the last rib that we did. So basically what I want to do now is just mimic the same effect on top. So for that, we're not taking a yarn over when we're going through, so I'm going to show you. So no yarn over, just go through and then through both of them. And that way we're basically just doing single crochets into this last section. And that way we have a little bit smaller stitches, so you can kind of compare them to the bigger ones, to the half treble crochets, and you're going to see the difference. What I'm going to do is mark where I'm starting with this. So this way it's going to be easier to know when to stop. And yeah, you can see the half trebles. Actually, you can kind of recognize them. So I'll show you. So the V's are the singles, and then the ones that have kind of a knot, that's the half treble crochets. So I'm marking this spot, and then I'm just doing single crochets with the rest of my round. So I am here at the end, so actually where I marked it, but from the other side now, which means that I'm finished. So I'm going to take this out, and the last thing I'm going to do is do a slip stitch. And that way we basically have a nice ending. So let's do that really quick. And then you can see here how we ended it. So now we're going to shorten this. We do have a bit left over, but we don't need it for this. So I'm just going to pull it out. And then we just need to weave that in as well as the beginning. And that's pretty much it. So yeah. Yeah, the scarf is done. I'm going to show you. I'm just trying to figure out how I can show you the entire thing so that you can see it all. But yeah, I want to show you how you can wear it. So this is actually meant to be a double loop, which basically means you can put it around your neck twice. And yeah, you can see the rib pattern on here. I think it looks really lovely, especially with this kind of striped effect. So we have kind of 2 rows or 2 rounds, almost 3 sometimes, with different colors. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the project. Feel free to let me know what you think in the comment section. You can also shoot a thumbs up if you enjoyed and would like to let us know that you did. You can also subscribe to our channel, and that way stay updated with all the new videos that we post on this channel. So I'd love to have you. Of course, you're welcome, and I hope to see you in one of my next projects. So until then, have a wonderful day. Bye!